Ladies and gentlemen, good day to you. I am Clyde with PT3D, and today I'm continuing my faucet project where I'm going to design a clip for holding the faucet into position. And to do that, I need to figure out what my dimensions are, so I'm going to work on printing a kind of a small sample thing. That way I can work from there and see if we can make things happy. So we are going to do that now. So let's switch over to our Fusion 360. I'm going to start with a new project, and let's see. We need a. We're going to start with. We'll just start with a square. We're going to pick a plane since I'm going to manipulate it anyway. And we're going to do this 35 by 85 because that is what we discovered was the magic numbers earlier. So the 85 takes you from the wall to the front of the faucet in theory. So we obviously don't need all of this extra space. So I'm going to grab a regular rectangle and I'm going to come over here. And I'm just going to drag this over here like this, and then what I can do is we can extrude this. We could probably extrude this to like 5 millimeter because we don't really want to waste it, or we don't want to waste material. We also don't need to have really much in the way of infill, so let's take a look and see what's our dimension here from here to here. As you look over here, and it says we have a 6.49 millimeter. So 6 millimeter is, well, not quite a centimeter. So we could probably leave it the way it is without messing with it too much. But what we can do is we can chamfer these edges a little. That way we're not having, massive amounts of stuff going on. This is going to be a very quick video because honestly this is what I need right now. So what we're going to look for is we've got 6 edges selected here, and we're going to do 2 millimeter. See if it does that. So that gives us 2 millimeters. It's a nice little round edge. So maybe we'll see if we can shoot for 3. Can we do 3 millimeter? Ooh, we can. Probably do 3.1 millimeters too. Let's see if we can do 3.1. I love doing this. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I think that's as tight as we're gonna get. So we're gonna stick with that. We're gonna say okay. And yeah, I know that this is a very short video, and I apologize for that. But this is our tool. Okay. So this is going to allow us to see, if that spot is 85. The other thing we could do, you know what? Let's undo this. We know that this is 85 to this edge, and that's to the front of the faucet, so this would be too short. So what we could do back out, okay, and instead of doing that here, what we can do is we can actually go to here, and we'll make this like 6 millimeter. So let's change that to 6 millimeter, and we'll hit enter. So what we can do now instead is we can select this face, we can get rid of this line, and we can connect this line here to this line here. And what we can do now is select these two faces, and we can extrude them to 5 millimeter. So now we've extruded this to 5 millimeter. So now what we could do, instead of chamfering and making this look really pretty, is we could tell it, hey, let's put in some text. So let's turn this the orientation we want it, which is like this, because I like this. And we'll put it here, and we'll say this is 85 millimeter. And we'll rotate our text. And we'll put it over here. And we'll make it smaller. So let's do 6 millimeter. What we can do is just pop it right there. And then say, okay. So now we have text. So let's swap over to here. Because we know that from here to here is 35 millimeter, right? So from here to here is 35, well, 35.051 millimeter, but it's close enough. But this is the part that we cared about being in terms of the width. So this is outside anyway, so honestly this part doesn't matter because we have our 85 here from the wall, which means this will be the front of the faucet. So this part, honestly, if we have to make this longer later, we can. So, but what we could also do is, because we like to be crazy this way, is we can make this a oh, I gotta get out of here, hold on. Let's make it a fillet. We'll go with it, -2. Ooh, it's not letting me do that. Let's try 2. There we go. Oh, 4. See, it's also pulling it out too, so we'll leave it there and we'll see if that messes things up. Then we'll go to the other side and we'll do the same thing. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do 4 millimeter. So we have some continuity. There we go. So it's nice and soft. And then last, what we're going to do on this particular video is we're going to make some more text. So we're going to place it there, and we're going to call this 35 millimeter. And we're going to rotate it just like we did last time. And I'm doing stuff wrong because I do it all the time, so but this works for me. So 6 millimeter, and we're gonna print this I don't know, in PETG or something like that. So now we can stop our sketch, we can select our faces, which is this one and that one, and we can extrude them. We want to go -0.4, enter, and there you go. So this is our little tool that we're going to use to figure out if this is the correct dimensions that we need for the bracket, because this part right here is going to go on the front of the faucet, and what we may do is put a little tiny round in here, and then over on this end we're going to put the actual so we would, right here we would have like the bracket with the 4 screws. We'd probably come up a little higher and make this a double, so but we're going to save that for the next video. So let's save this as our kitchen faucet tool. Okay, so that's what we're going to call that. And what we can do is, once it's done saving, we can go in here and we can go to the bodies right here, select it, right click on it, and we want to save as an STL. We don't need to send it to the utility. Refinement, we want to make sure that's high. Okay, so everything looks good, so we'll just go to OK. And I've got a PT3D folder, so we're going to call this kitchen faucet tool. And then we will build our design based off these dimensions if this works. But for now, this is to reduce the amount of waste that we would have with filament. I can do a, sort of a, well, here, let's take a look at the infill. We'll pull up Simplify 3D real quick. Okay, so we'll remove that. We're going to import this part. So we have kitchen faucet tool. I'm going to bring that in. You see how small that is on the Chiron? That's funny. And we can rotate it, I think. On the Y, is it? Nope. It's on the X. I never get this right on the first try. And we'll center that. And we'll make sure that the letters are on top, which they are not. So we'll go back to here. And we'll rotate it on this. So we're going to rotate it one more. And we'll center and arrange. And there you go. So, yes. And you can't move things with the mouse button, sorry. Or the middle scrolly wheel. And now what we can do is we can go into the settings, figure out what our infill percentage is. So right now we're showing 20%, so let's bring that down to 10%. Layers, 4, 4, and 4. Why not? We're doing fast. We're going to go to medium. We're still going to go down to 10%. Or 12, 11, there you go. We're going to say OK, and we're going to prepare to print so we can see what these layers look like. And let's pull it back and see. So as you can see, that's what we got. Looks happy. I don't know what this string thing is, but that's neat. So there is our first test piece to see if our dimensions are correct, and I would call this the functional printing. So this is going to include video 2 because the other one was a minute long, and we'll come back with doing a video at the faucet, see if this works. If it does, then we'll come back, we'll do another design video, we'll make the tool, and we'll go back and revisit the sink, see how things look, and then this little series will be done. So I guess until next time, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys on the next video.